Hot damn, I am live. Folks, I have literally spent the last 5 minutes trying to get one stream to connect. It just kept saying the connection failed. And I had plenty of time to get everything ready. You know, I'm not always on top of my game when it comes to being completely ready. But anyway, here we are now. So we're going to get on with it. I have a great show lined up for you today. I think you're really going to love it. I believe this is going to be a bold yet balanced affair. Bum, bum, bum. I am pairing Still Austin Straight Bourbon whiskey out of Austin, Texas, with a Bolivar Cofradia cigar. Still having trouble getting X up so I can see what's going on. Must be all kinds of sunspots or something, I guess. I don't know. You know. Hey, look at there I am. All right. This pairing, I think, is ideal for someone who appreciates balance yet bold. The Bolivar Cofradia brings a real muscular flavor in a lot of dark complexity, while the Still Austin Straight Bourbon contributes a finesse, warmth, and that kind of Texas-born, I almost said bribery. That's not it. Vibrancy. Still ended in E, not the letter E, but the sound. I think together they're going to offer a smoking and sipping experience that will feel not only rugged like we are here in Texas, but also refined, which we are here in DFW, or at least the D side of it. Now all the FW people are all pissed off at me. First, we have the Still Austin. Show it again. This is their straight bourbon offering, also called the Musician. It's crafted, as I said, in Austin, Texas. It is a grain to glass spirit that reflects heat and grit and creativity of its origin. It stands basically for youthful vibrancy, as this is aged 2 years. And it has a really unique flavor profile to it that I think is really shaped by the distillery's slow water process under the careful eyes of master blender Nancy Fraley. The mash bill is 70% white corn, 25% rye, so it should have a really nice spiciness to it, and 5% malted barley. It is 49.2% alcohol by volume, which makes it 98.4 proof. So it's edging up there. And as I said, it's aged 2 years. Let's go ahead and glass some up. Wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. I was really hoping for a good one, but it'll do. It'll do in a pinch. All right. As you can see, this is a really, really beautiful spirit in the glass. It's got just a beautiful copper color to it with some hints of umber, maybe just a little bit of red to it. It's kind of strange considering it's white corn. I know Maker's Mark, I think they use some red wheat, which gives their spirit a nice kind of tinge of red. I'm a Maker's Mark guy. I really like it. I like this too, but you know. All right, let's go on the nose. You do get some ethanol off of it with that basically 98.5 proof, but it's sweet and inviting, and there's like layers of caramel and honeycomb, kind of the chewy not just the honey, but like the little bits of stuff from the honeycomb in there, and a little bit of toasted oak. I also get some hints of like cinnamon, apricots, maybe a florally touch to it. Don't start that. And a little bit of rye. That may be one of mine. I hope not. I can't see around there. I don't have any more electronics to look at my camera. It does have a really good spice note to it from the rye, but it's also rich and warm and give you notes of like vanilla bean and like corn pudding or corn casserole, like you'd have like at Thanksgiving or something. I love that stuff. Oh, so good, so good. You get a little bit of a toasted nuttiness in it, and there are some slight, subtle, kind of earthy undertones that just kind of adds a little structure to it. The finish, medium in length. There's some lingering spice there, some dry oak, a little bit of sweetness, maybe a little kind of like granular corn, kind of like cornmeal kind of thing. That kind of fades into just a touch of citrus zest to scrape off the side. So very good spirit. I'm not an Austin guy. I don't like their politics down there, but Still Austin makes some great whiskey. I got to give them their due. They do. Another sip. All right, let's move on. Where are we at? 7 minutes. We're doing good. Doing good. The Bolivar Cofradia. It is handcrafted in Honduras under the Forged Cigar Company, which is a division of the Scandinavian Tobacco Group. It is a full-bodied cigar blend that was put together by the late Estelo Padron. You may recognize that name if you are a cigar aficionado. You may have run upon it a time or two in your travels. Now, this Vitola is their Robusto. It is 5 by 54 on the ring gauge. The filler is, this was kind of funny when I was looking at the filler. I kind of chuckled when I read this, so I had to make sure I put it in here. It has Honduran, Nicaraguan, and sometimes Dominican tobaccos. It just depends on how they're feeling that day. Oh, we're not going to do it today. We don't have time. We just whatever. The binder is a Connecticut broadleaf, and this was another one. The wrapper is a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, or Ecuadorian Sumatra in some blends. This is whatever they feel like doing that day. It's all right. It's all good. You know, down there in Central America, it's Tika time. They just take their own time. They do what they want. The visual is, as you can tell, it is dark. It is velvety. There's a little bit of tooth. There's some minimal veining. I'm turning this all around upside down and everything. The seams are tight yet visible, and it has a lovely double cap to it on the nose. It has a really kind of rich sweetness to it, sort of like a really rich pipe tobacco. I love to smell pipe tobacco, but smoking them is not. I mean, I have a pipe, and I smoke it occasionally, but I love the smell of the tobacco. Oh, it's great. I also get some nice cedar and leather and maybe a little bit of fruit mixed in there. Maybe some hints of vanilla too. Yeah. All right. Let's give it a cut. Beautiful. V cut. It's my favorite cut, although I do punch and I do guillotine from time to time. It's just what I prefer. And that's the way cutting is pretty much with everything with cigars. It's what do you prefer? So no hard and fast rules, except don't wet the back of the cigar and then cut it in the cigar shop's lighter. That's a no-no. So just so you know. All right, cold draw. Cold draw is kind of thick and heavy with some really nice notes of sweetened raisins, maybe a little bit of like yogurt, so like yogurt covered raisin kind of thing. I don't get any pepper at all, none. Maybe some hints of like vanilla. And some earth. Got a little earthiness to it too. All right, let's go ahead and fire this baby up. And we're off. On the light, and it's a little windy, and I also have the fan going on high because it's like 100 degrees today. So it's kind of making my light a little bit uneven, and I'm sure it's me. So, and nature. You get kind of an immediate like boldness in the draw with some heavy notes of like pepper and earth and charred wood. Yeah, it's got a very dense and kind of assertive draw, but very well balanced. I get some nice oaky notes through the retrohale. A little bit of pepper on the retrohale, and a hint of, to me, like a hint of citrus, maybe kind of like lemon, a little lemon. All right, let's try them together. All right. The bourbon's kind of sweet vanilla and caramely notes complement the cigar's kind of creamy tobacco and that nutty undertone. And then the black pepper and the cinnamon kind of amplify the cigar's more peppery, you know what I mean, retrohale. Just a great volume of smoke off this stick. I mean, a really great volume of smoke. You may not be able to pick up how much it is on the camera, but yeah, it's a nice one. Yes, sir, Steve. The brown water is mighty tasty. I'm watching. I got my notes on my iPad. I got my camera up here. I got my old cell phone. It doesn't have cell service, but it still is hooked to my Wi-Fi, so I can watch X, so I can see how many people are are watching or not watching, as the case may be. Sometimes it's just me. So I'll put a remark out there just because. So, anyway, back to where we were going. And with the smoke, the bourbon kind of takes on some, like almost like piney, like pine tree kind of, with some herbal hints. They're not only blending well, they're supporting each other. I will tell you, this particular matchup, because I just tried this, you will see me take a puff. I'll blow it in the glass. It doesn't mean anything. I like the way it looks. I think it's cool. But it does, to me, allow me to have the smoke in my mouth until just the second before I take a sip. But when you take a sip and then you puff on the cigar, the ethanol, kind of the ethanol burn on the in the bourbon, basically washes out any of the smoke. So you want to do it the other way around to get the most enjoyment out of it. And I do think that that kind of playing of the cigar, adding kind of those piney and herbally notes, does also add an intriguing layer of earthiness to the cigar, so that neither one is like one-dimensional. Hey, we're up to double digits. That includes me, but we're still up to double digits. I'm doing well. Doing well. All right, let's see. I think with these two, you do see some contrast with the bourbon's sweetness, and it does kind of calm the cigar's spice. Complements, they complement each other when kind of that oak and grain meet tobacco and earth kind of in harmony. We're all in harmony. Yes. It's got a really great structure to it, the two together, I mean. Neither one really dominates the other, but they do both kind of evolve together. And that's one of those experiences. That's one of those experiences. Now, this is literally all I've had this morning as far as drink. Yeah. So it's one of those experiences that, you just like, wow. I had that in one of my, I think it was my first season, towards the end of my first season or start of my second season, where I paired the Rocky Patel 60. It's like my all-time favorite cigar. And the Dalmore 12 single malt scotch. If you haven't tried that, I know the scotch is like $70 a bottle, but it's easily purchasable. It's not like trying to go and find a bottle of, like Antique 107 or something like that from Weller. It's on the shelf, and it's about $70 for a bottle. You get a lot of chocolate and cherries in the scotch, and the cigar, to me, is more chocolate and cherries. And you put them together, and it is like chocolate covered cherries. It's delicious. It's not overly sweet. It's just got that flavor to it. Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. So is this one. It's wonderful. I don't think I've said that it's wonderful about a pairing in a while. I say they're good, or it's a really great pairing. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful pairing. I've never been a Bolivar fan. Not saying I'd never tried them. Put it that way. Not that I wasn't a fan. I'd never tried them. I saw a 5-pack available, and I'm like, gonna try that. I've seen it on my feed bunches of times. Never tried one. we're approaching about an inch in. It's got a really nice wave to it. No big, huge dips. Really great stacks of whitish gray ash are slowly building up. I'm not like some of these guys that you'll see that they'll have ash like this. Oh no, I've had ash drop in my lap way too many times. Yes, I do tap it off. I do tap it early. Tap it early. That's a good public service announcement right there. And I've got a bottle or two of rye. I'm not just a like a rye buyer, but I will say I do like the mash bill in this one. It's got that nice bourbony sweetness, but it's blended with the rye spiciness. So it's like a perfect blend, sweet and spicy. I like it. That's the way I like my women. And I married one. She was sweet and spicy. The first one was just spicy, like ghost pepper spicy. I knew what to do the second time around, though. I experienced them. So you get all kinds of little nuggets here, not just whiskey and cigars. Oh no, you get marital advice, crypto, FCK 925. Go out and buy some of that. So, and XL, I can't tell you because I can't remember what's after the L. It's either a P or an R. XLP, XLR, something like that. It's about $3.50 a share or token, whatever. Coin. I still don't understand all the terms. I just know what I should buy. And since we just talked about crypto, then I'll throw in a little stock stuff too. If you got an IRA and you're self-managing a little stock portfolio, look for stocks that pay dividends. Almost every single stock in my portfolio pays a dividend. I got one that it's not a lot. It's just 18 cents a share, but it's monthly, not quarterly. You get it every single month. I own Edison Consolidated. They pay like $1.50 per share per quarter. The Valero Energy, it's another one, pays a really high a really high dividend. Yeah, dividend stocks. And I did get into NVIDIA at just the right time. Right after they did the 10-for-1 stock split, went from $1,000 a share to like 120. I bought in. Now we're up to nearly 200. I'm going to keep riding it. Just keep riding it. Always buy low and sell high. Don't do it the other way. No. Buy low, sell high. Winner. This has got a really good burn to it too. It's not burning exceptionally fast, but it's also not exceptionally slow. We lit it at about 7-8 minutes, something like that. And we're at 23 right now. So 16 minutes. You're looking at about an hour-long cigar. I'm not going to make y'all stay an hour, though. I know y'all lose interest after about 35 minutes or so. So you probably don't end up hearing the end. So I'll just say it now. Be sure to hit like, subscribe, share, notify. Share. Do a lot of sharing. Share the shit out of it. Yep. Now I got to put the explicit language thing on the tape now, or on the YouTube thing now when I go to fill it out. Is what it is. At least I'm not saying anything that gets me banned. And I'm telling you, these two, the kind of the spicy, sweet and spicy kind of conglomeration it's got going on is really, really great. You kind of have the sweet vanilla and the caramel. It kind of complements the kind of the nuttiness and the spiciness of the cigar. And then I mentioned earlier that the cigar kind of adds a little the other way around. It also adds kind of a like pine tree kind of woodiness, pine tree wood smells different than like oak or cedar. It's got turpentine in it. I'm not saying it smells like turpentine. I'm just saying it's got a little bit heavier smell to it, but it also brings out a little bit of herbalness, a little herbally note. I'm going to trip over that word a few times. So if you look at my feed on X, you'll see there's a whole lot of stuff on there that doesn't have anything to do with this. Sorry, but I try to please everybody. I love Bayern Munich football, not American football, soccer. So there's a whole lot of soccer stuff on there from Europe. Whole lot of stuff on there on crypto. That's where the masses are. Oh, Justin Bieber. Yeah, I'm not like a big Justin Bieber fan or anything, but I'll post replies on stuff he posts because he'll get like 5.5 million impressions in an hour. I have 5 million impressions total. So maybe one day, maybe when everybody finds out my glowing personality. And while this has got a really good spicy kick to it, I still don't think that it's like unapproachable for newer cigar smokers or absolute rookies. I mean, it's not, to me, it's not overwhelming or exceptionally strong. It is really good. So, but you don't want, I wouldn't say, and I always tell people that haven't done smoke before, don't jump out and just smoke one that's this color. I try to go by color. Go grab you an Olive O or G, something like that, a Connecticut wrapper. Romeo Giulietta has them. Rocky Patel has them, and all the major brands have them. You want to start with a kind of a light colored band that's a mild cigar, work your way up. But this would be pretty close in the list after you start. Don't go up and grab like an Oscuro. That'll light your world up. It's got a little bit of what do they call that? I see advertisements for it all the time about guys that their thing is like, it's got a little bit of that going. I mean, I'm not hating, it is what it is, but anyway, so. We'll have to say that I'm probably going to have some more Bolivars. Bolivar. It's like a lot of people say Davidoff they're like the most expensive cigars in the world. And it's like, no, it's Davidoff. Davidoff. So somebody was saying Partagas a while back, and I'm like, I don't think it's Partagas. Could be Partagas. It doesn't sound really good that way. I like Partagas sounds better. Hey, y'all are still hanging in there. I keep adding people. Man, some of y'all have already missed some really good stuff. You're going to have to go back and either watch the replay on YouTube or listen for it on Sprecher, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music Podcasts. I'm on all of them. So I did manage to, on Rumble. The videos will be on Rumble, but I just got caught up into season 5. So this is my 5th season, and this is like my 6th episode, and I've got like episode 2 uploaded to Rumble. So, I don't go out to Rumble a whole lot, and I was really behind. I was like 10, 12, 14 episodes behind. I'm like, I need to get some stuff up there. People think I quit. All right. That's worrying me. I'm afraid I'm going to drop it in my lap. So I was at the cigar shop 2 days ago, And I like leaned the cigar forward, and it fell on the table. I was like, phew, just missed on that one. Then I had to like rake the cigars off into the ashtray. You know, if you are new to cigars, go to cigar shops. Those people are very nice. They're very knowledgeable. And you can tell them you saw this crazy guy with a cowboy hat on YouTube or X, wherever you're watching. And you say, yeah, he told me, you know, since I got training wheels on, that I need to start with a light colored cigar. They'll be happy to show you what you need. They've got lots of knowledge. I frequent several cigar shops in the area. And yeah, they got some knowledge up there. They sit in there and smoke cigars all day. Who's not going to know? It's actually I'd like to open a cigar bar in the Caribbean. Tropical drinks and cigars. The outdoor, you know, like no walls. Just a nice roof over your head with ceiling fan, blowing those tropical breezes around. Sounds wonderful, doesn't it? That is that's my goal. At least the getting to the Caribbean part. I'm a Parrot Head and a No Shoes Nation guy, and I love the beach. We're getting close to the halfway mark, so I'll go ahead and tell you one story, and by then we should be there. I spent 21 years in the military. My first 2 were active duty in the Navy, and I got tired of living on a boat. And but we were doing drug interdiction and war games with the Canadians and the Brits down off Puerto Rico. Big, huge area down there that is sectioned off in the water for Navy to go down and do stuff like that. And so you'd pull into, it was a huge Navy base as far as size. It wasn't necessarily a lot of people, but it covered a lot of area. Roosevelt Roads, it's now doesn't exist anymore. But me and my best friend on the ship, he was a Jamaican immigrant, and we were on the same duty section. And when you were in port away from home like that, you were, well, when you were in port, period, you were working duty section only. So you worked once every 4 days. He and I had 3 days off in a row together. We get up every morning, eat breakfast, get on the base bus, go down to the BX, which is the department store on base. And right beside it was the PX, which was the grocery store. And they also had the Class 6, was liquor store right there. So we go and we had a cooler. We buy a couple of bags of ice, 3 or 4 different kinds of fruit juices, some cigars, and go in the Class 6, the liquor store. And they were selling, this is 1992, they were selling Bacardi. Even Puerto Rico's home of Bacardi, $2.50 a gallon. We'd buy a gallon, get back on the base bus, go down to one of the 2 beaches, and this one was kind of, not many people hung out there. And severe storms moving northwest across. I don't know where, I couldn't read the rest of it, but hey, keep watch out because there's a storm somewhere. And there was like a parking area, and then a row of palm trees, and then beach and ocean. And so we'd sit there, leaned up against the palm trees, got his reggae music on, smoking cigars, drinking rum and fruit juice. It was an awesome time. Yeah. I always tell people, I'm like, well, you should have felt very secure, because he and we were pulling guard duty on this beach, and had somebody invaded us on that beach, we would have plied them with rum and cigar and fruit juice and waited for help to arrive. So it's taking care of you. I just saw my real estate lady. She texted me, I'll have to wrap this up here pretty soon. I got a condo for sale in PCB if you're interested, Panama City Beach. So if you are interested, hit me up. I'll send you your contact information. All right. We are just about the halfway mark here. And I will say that at the half, we've kind of evolved into some richer flavors. I know you think I've just been here telling stories, not paying attention, but I have. I can pat my head and rub my tummy at the same time. That takes talent. We've got some really richer notes of like leather, and even some espresso has come in, kind of ramping up the richness of the experience, and also some dark cocoa, which really goes with the vanilla and the caramel from the spirit. Now you got caramel vanilla cocoa in an espresso. It's awesome. There's also been Byron update. Masula will be on crutches for several weeks, but he's already in rehab at Stabenstrassen. I think I'm saying that Stabenstrassen. That's where their facility is. He's already rehabbing. Yeah, he had a guy dive for a ball he was trying to kick, and it broke his ankle. I saw it live on TV. I knew it was bad before they ever panned back to him. I was like, oh, that's rough. There's also kind of a almost like a mineral-like complexity that is kind of entering into the picture. This is a really good cigar. I don't know why I don't know why I never ordered them before. Yeah, and the strength is kind of building up. You know, like I said, you're introducing these like espresso notes and the dark chocolate, which tends to be kind of a ramp up in flavor from the milk chocolate, which is more, you know, baseline. Wasn't milk chocolate in this, I was just saying. You know, you got milk chocolate, but then you got dark chocolate, which is a little bit stronger. And it is doing it. I'll show you. 1895. Yeah, okay, they've been around a while. It's a fairly simple band, but it is a pretty band. It just says Bolivar at the top and since 1895 at the bottom. Welcome, all of you that are just now getting to us. We've been here for about a half hour, 38 minutes. So glad you could make it. Kind of to go back for the new folks. We had, like a lot of bourbons, you have nice, sweet, like vanilla-y notes. Excuse me. With some vanilla. I just said that, vanilla. Some hints of caramel are mixed in there. Something along the lines of corn pudding, corn casserole, whatever you call it. Different people call it different things. Just have it at like Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's when we have it. And I love it. You got some toasted nuts and a little bit of spice. And then you've got the Bolivar. It brings in, and I will go back and read the construction of this because it was funny, and I think it's worth repeating for those that didn't get to hear it the first time. It's got some really good really good pepper notes, a nice earthiness. It was black pepper, and some charred wood. It is dense and assertive, but not overpowering. And when you kind of put them together, they really complemented each other. The bourbon with its sweetness and vanilla and some caramel in there. They complement the cigar's kind of creamy tobacco and nuttiness. And then as we got, closer into the half, we had, well, like I said just a minute ago, some richer notes of leather and espresso and dark chocolate kind of coming in, while the black pepper kind of moved to the background. I'll tell you, these are two very good offerings from each one, and they do go very well together. They do. And I think as we're kind of getting past the half, the strength is still building. Not like, but you can just feel it kind of slowly ramp up just a little bit in every puff. Kind of that crescendo. My buddy Rafael Nodal from the Aging Room Cigars, all of his cigars, all the Aging Rooms, they're named after music. The concerto, and I forget all the musical terms. Quattro, it's all named after music. Well, crescendo, that's as the music gets slowly ramps up, like an orchestra, and they go, bah, bah, it hits a crescendo and it drops back down. This is still, slowly going up. I've got my, stand up here that follows my movements. So it's kind of hard for me to stay in the middle of the picture because every time I move, it moves. I don't know. I said I wasn't going to make you stay through all of it, but if y'all want to stay, I don't have much left. A few more minutes. That's what I tell my dogs when especially my lab, because she's super intelligent and you can talk to her in sentences and she understands. But I'll tell her she wants a treat and I'll be like, a few more minutes. Or she knows I feed her at 6 o'clock at night, and at 5:50, she's sitting in front of me staring at me like, she won't blink, she won't move. She just stares at me, and I'll be like, a few more minutes, a few minutes. She'll go off. She'll come back at 5 minutes till 6, and she'll be like, a few more minutes. So, yeah. And then we have a rescue Desi. Even the vets call him a lab mix. We had his DNA done. There ain't a speck of lab in him. He looks like it. There's pictures on my X page. He's 50% golden retriever and 15% poodle. And they said his mother was almost assuredly a golden doodle. And then the rest of him is roughly like 9 to 12% or something like that of boxer, German Shepherd, Cocker Spaniel. And then they had 10 or 15% they called it super mutt. They had no idea what it is. So, I mean, there could be some lab in there all mixed into that super mutt part. I don't know. But he does look like a lab. He's got the coat and the coloring of a blonde lab. And I posted an article from Newsweek a couple of days ago about this foster and rescue of this dog. It's a pit bull that it had a botched amputation. Like half of one of its back legs was gone, and it's deaf, and it has heartworms. And they were talking about how videos about this dog have just gone viral on, especially on TikTok, but also on like Insta and places like that. Yeah, and the article is about Amanda and this dog, Daisy. Amanda's my daughter. Where'd she get it from? I don't know. But yeah, definitely go look her up. It's a great article. It's a sad story. Dog was probably used as a breeding machine. Her boobies dragged the ground. So she's 3-legged, she's deaf, she has heartworms, and her boobies dragged the ground. I was like, that's an honorable thing that you're doing, but you don't get to pick out a dog for us. Her first dog was a female beagle that would never be more than 40 pounds. Yeah, well, she did the DNA on it after it was 105 pounds. And it wasn't a female, it was a male. I'm like, you didn't check that before you walked away with it? No. but it's like pit bull terrier. There's different. It's mixed with a bunch of different things, but ain't none of them beagle, and it's not a female. But anyway, our rescue Desi, I call him Puddles. Yeah, he's not Sadie. He doesn't quite get it. He's getting there, but he's not Sadie. And this cigar is still putting out an excellent amount of smoke. Oh, I know. I meant to go back and give you the makeup of the cigar because it was funny when I read it. It's got filler that is Honduran and Nicaraguan, and sometimes Dominican. That's all they say. Sometimes Dominican. It's got a Connecticut broadleaf binder, and then the wrapper is a Connecticut broadleaf or Ecuadorian Sumatra in some blends. Okay, whatever you say. It's just like, however we're feeling today, we'll just throw some in there. It'll be fine. I like it. I like it like that. I'll go ahead and start wrapping this up though, because here in the last half, as I said, the strength was building. We've kind of introduced some notes of like licorice, maybe a little bit more nuttiness, more along the lines of roasted nuts. And there's a little bit of like burnt sugariness, kind of like on top of a creme brulee. I love that stuff. Oh, that little crispy stuff. Oh, it's delicious. Burnt sugar. It's awesome. And that kind of keeps things interesting here in the last half of the stick. And I mean, I said earlier that people that are fairly new to cigars could try this, but you might not want to be a complete newbie. And I would stick with that. Start with a lighter cigar, but this would be a few steps up on the list. You'd want to get your feet wet with the lighter wrappers first. Start with a mild cigar, work up from there. That's always a good bet. And don't smoke it too fast. That's a bad day if you smoke it too fast. So the medium finish on the bourbon gives your palate just enough reset between draws, while the cigar's bold finish kind of draws out the bourbon's oakiness and spicier notes with that, I think it's like 25% rye. Damn, I got to go back and look. I can't keep stuff in my head all the time. I do my best, but that's why I have notes. Yeah, 70% corn, 25% rye, 5% malted barley. I kept thinking it's like it can't be 25% corn. But I was trying to do math in my head while I was talking, and it just wasn't working well. So, like I said, I can pat my head and rub my tummy, but don't have me doing math in my head while I'm trying to talk. That won't work out very well. It does create a really nice kind of push-pull back and forth as the camera moves. That keeps this pairing engaging all throughout. I think it's ideal for somebody that really likes balance and boldness. The Bolivar Cofradia, it brings a really kind of a muscular flavor and dark complexity, while the Still Austin Straight Bourbon, also called the Musician, contributes a nice finesse and warmth and some really nice vibrancy to the pairing. Together, they offer a. I'm sweating like crazy. It's hot out here. I need to get in the pool. A really great smoking and sipping session. Uh, I would give the Still Austin, the musician, 85 out of 100. I think it was very good. I would give the Bolivar Cofradia, I would give it a 90 out of 100. It's excellent for the price. It's excellent for the price. Together, I would say like 88 out of 100. It was very well balanced and enjoyable. And I think that's going to about wrap it up for me today. Thank you for joining in. Please hit like, subscribe, share, notify, ring all the bells, all the whistles, all that kind of stuff. Share the shit out of it. Now I'm going to put the expletive mark in on the YouTube thing. Be sure to go try out the Sticks-n-Stonez Amazon store. Find some really great stuff over there. Yeah, Sticks-n-Stonez, STICKS-N-STONEZ. I got some really great stuff over there. Go check that out. And until we get to be together again, keep your sticks dry, stones cold. Have a great day.